Welcome to TalkNorth.com. Thanks to our longtime producer, Brandon Morton. Please download before you listen. If you'd like to advertise with us, you can reach us at talknorthpodcast@gmail.com. And please follow us on Twitter at TalkNorthPod. Two promo codes to be aware of. BiteSquad.com. Use the promo code TalkNorth to get your first delivery free. And go to SodaStick.com, the great local apparel company. Use the promo code YouBetcha to get free shipping on any sized order.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Turn this thing up. Let's do this.
Always passionate, always fiery. You're listening to the Strom Sports Show. Take it away, Steven.
Happy Sunday, everybody. What's going on? This is the Strom Sports Show here, Steven Strom. Hope everyone had a great July 4th as we head into a hectic time here. NBA free agency has taken over. We just had news that Kawhi Leonard is off to LA alongside with Paul George. I'll tell you how that affects the Timberwolves. We've got Chad Graff from The Athletic coming on as well. He'll talk a little bit about the Twins, the Wild, what's going on with those two, what are the Wild doing with these contracts, what are the Twins going to do towards the postseason with this pitching as they continue to just hit the ball so well consistently. They have put on a beating on the Texas Rangers Friday night, and they are winning right now currently as I record here on a Saturday. Big thanks to my producer Brandon Morton, Jim Suhan, and Matt Augusta, my video editor. All right, let's first begin here with the Kawhi Leonard trade, and this really has just completely shocked me because you had Chris Broussard, you had a bunch of these analysts basically say it's between two teams with Kawhi Leonard. It is the Toronto Raptors and it is the Los Angeles Lakers. They made it seem like the Clippers were out of it. The three teams that were always in contention was the Lakers, Clippers, and Toronto. They narrowed it down to Toronto and LA. And then last night around 2 a.m. my time, I have notifications for Adrian Wojnarowski, and it went off, and I almost thought it was a fake Twitter account. You see some of these guys make up the fake Woj accounts and tweet these types of things, but when I saw that verified check mark, it completely caught me off guard. Not that Kawhi signed with the Clippers, that the trade with Paul George going there was something that I just never thought. Kawhi Leonard never let anyone get any type of feel for what he was doing and how he was doing it. He secretly was recruiting Paul George, and I guess there was rumors that Toronto wanted to have Paul George and Russell Westbrook for Siakam in a boatload of picks, but OKC did not want to do it, so Toronto did their best. And then in LA, with the Lakers, Kawhi basically said, look, I didn't want to join a super team. And you know what, Kawhi Leonard? Thank you. Thank you not just from us, not from just the fans, from the whole basketball world. That is not how you want to do it. And I've said it a million times, if Kevin Durant wins in Brooklyn, it'll hold so much more weight, that one title, than he did with those two titles in Golden State. Same thing with LeBron. That one title he won in Cleveland holds way more weight than the two he won in Miami. This is the same scenario here with Kawhi Leonard. He knows he's great. He knows he's one of the greatest ever. He knows he can win on his own as he went to Toronto last year. And he knows that with great management, which he was used to in San Antonio, usually ends with great results. And I can't say enough about Jerry West, Steve Ballmer, Doc Rivers. They did a tremendous job. And I'll tell you one thing, this team is going to be scary, scary good defensively and offensively. You talk about the perfect mix of personalities. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And I've always raved about Jimmy Butler in this way too. I love guys that get drafted that are known as defensive first guys because they know what it takes. They're gritty. They know to make this league they needed to be a great defender. And then they develop their offensive game. That's what happened with Kawhi Leonard. That's what happened with Paul George. That's what happened with Jimmy Butler. So they have a similar egos, similar personalities, and similar ways they go about their business. That's why I love this team with Patrick Beverley, with Paul George, with Kawhi Leonard. You've got a bunch of defensive first guys that got into this league by playing defense, and now they have worked, and some, Pat Beverley obviously is not on the level of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, but these two are easily good enough to win a title. And with that great management and Doc Rivers running this team, Doc Rivers ran obviously the big three in Boston with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. This is going to be it's not going to be hard for him at all to manage this team. It's a perfect storm, and now you have the Battle of California with the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Warriors. It is an exciting time for the NBA, and if Kawhi Leonard went to LA and he went to the Lakers, this would have ruined the competitive balance in the NBA. So that's why I thank him for what he has done. Now, let's go to the Timberwolves aspect of things and how this looks. Well, if you had any type of hope that maybe the Timberwolves could sneak in as an 8 seed or they have a really good year, they can somehow get in, well, that dream pretty much is out the window now, as the Western Conference. This might be the greatest Western Conference in NBA history if you stack up these teams, okay? Let's just think right here. Automatic teams in the playoffs. The Warriors, the Nuggets, the Trailblazers, the Rockets, the Jazz, the Spurs, the Clippers, the Lakers. Those are 8 right there that are given. So you look at where the Timberwolves sit right now, and you think, okay, they struck out on D'Lo. They just signed Noah Vonleh as their big signing, Shabazz Napier. What should they do next? Now, a rumor is swirling around that Russell Westbrook wants out, and the agent is making calls. Now, I know what you're thinking. You know what I'm thinking. Why not? And I'll tell you how it could work. Russell Westbrook obviously is a game changer. A 8-time All-Star, a 2-time scoring champion. You like him or not, he is a competitor. You like him or not, he can change your franchise. And Russell Westbrook would be the re-energization that the Timberwolves have needed here since Jimmy Butler. Russell Westbrook can come in here, play with Karl Towns, play with Robert Covington, play with Josh Okogie, and I think can get along pretty damn well. Now, for the people out there that tell me that Russell Westbrook is selfish and he's all about him, then tell me why Paul George had a career year with Russell Westbrook. Tell me why 4 out of the 5 guys from last year in the starting lineup had a career year with Russell Westbrook. There is no doubt that I have my questions about Westbrook when it comes to shot selection and late game decisions. But what I can tell you is that Russell Westbrook can re-energize your franchise, can make other guys better around you, and can instantly make you a playoff team. If the Timberwolves traded for Russell Westbrook right now, they would be a 6, 7, or 8 seed undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. You just look at the 5 right now, say they get Russell Westbrook. Westbrook, Okogie, Covington, Towns, and whether that be Gorgie Dang, whether that be Noah Vonleh, whatever it may be, that is a solid starting 5. You fill it with role players, that is a playoff team. Okay? And as the Timberwolves watch, and they're not going to do it because they don't have the guts to ever do something like that, here's the scenario that I'll give you. Would you do Andrew Wiggins, Jeff Teague, and a first-round pick for Russell Westbrook? Because you have to look at what the Thunder are in now. The Thunder are now, in my opinion, in rebuild mode. They just sent off Paul George. They're looking to shop Russell Westbrook now. They just got 5 or 6 picks from the Clippers. It is clear that they are going in full rebuild mode, and I don't blame them. They can't get past the first round the last 2 years. It's time to blow it up. Why not? Why wouldn't the Thunder take a guy like Andrew Wiggins, who is on a bad contract, but you know who else is on a bad contract? Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook at 30 years old is on a very, very, very bad contract. So why wouldn't you, if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, take a guy like Andrew Wiggins who's young, and they can definitely develop him as they rebuild. He'll be the guy. They'll continue to, they're going to try to continue to rebuild. Why not do it and have Andrew Wiggins grow? Why not? And then you're going to tell me, okay, well, what about Russell Westbrook's contract? Okay, so let's read this here. Russell Westbrook is on a 5-year, $206 million contract. He has 38 owed to him this year, 41 the next, 44 the year after, and 47 after that. It is a bad contract for a bad contract, right? So that's why I'm throwing in the Andrew Wiggins, the Jeff Teague, and a first-round pick for Russell Westbrook. Here's what I just don't want to happen. Here's the biggest fear with all of this. and that is Karl Towns being a Kevin Love and Kevin Garnett 2.0. Do we want to continue to waste Karl Towns and have him put up these extraordinary numbers, go to All-Star game after All-Star game, and never have a legitimate team you can compete with? Because now the league has balanced out. The Warriors are no longer the Warriors of the last couple of years now. The Lakers are now built with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are with the Clippers. You have 8 legitimate teams that have a shot at winning a title this year. And that would be the Golden State Warriors, the Houston Rockets, both LA teams, the Celtics, the Bucks, and I would say the Nets next year. Probably not this year, next year, and I would probably say Philly as well. You've got 8 or 9 teams that legitimately have a chance at a title, and the league has never been this open, okay? Why not? Why not, Timberwolves, go after Russell Westbrook? They're not going to do it. Like I said, they're not going to do it. They don't have the guts to do it, and they've never had the guts to do these types of things. They didn't have the guts to really sell D'Angelo Russell over here. I don't care what happened. They didn't do it the right way. Whatever it may be, however it ended, they didn't do enough, obviously, for Russell to get here. Make up for that. Because Russell Westbrook is looking for a new home. He's looking for a new superstar to play with. Boogie Cousins just signed with the Lakers. Who is it going to be? Is Westbrook going to go to Miami and play with Butler? That's 2 type A personalities that I don't think will mix very well. Why not come to Minnesota? He's already made it pretty clear that he'll play in a small market like OKC. Why not? That's his hashtag. Go look at his Instagram. Hashtag why not? Well, Russell Westbrook, hashtag why not come to Minnesota? And for the organization of the Timberwolves, why not go after a guy like Westbrook, who's a perennial all-star, who has obviously proven he is a superstar in this league, and why not pair him with the point guard? And why not pair him with Towns? I'm sorry. This is a team that's been looking for a point guard. I like Jeff Teague, but he is not a Russell Westbrook. And you didn't draft a point guard this year. Kobe White was on the board, but you didn't do it. Now you have your opportunity. Try to get rid of Wiggins, Teague, and a first-round pick for Russell Westbrook. You eat the contract, and I'm telling you, if you get him on this team, you could attract other superstars, and you also will get to the playoffs this year. I am a huge component of the Minnesota Timberwolves going after Russell Westbrook. Chad Graff, he is up next year. He'll talk Twins and Wild. This is the Strom Sports Show on TalkNorth.com. And we are joined by Chad Graff of The Athletic. He mainly covers the Vikings, but he has filled in here and covered a little of the Wild, the Twins, and we're going to get into a bunch of that today. First of all, Chad, hope you had a great 4th of July. Thank you so much here for giving me the time.
I did, of course. Happy to join you.
All right, so let's begin here with let's begin with the positive. Okay, we can get into the Wild later because I have my thoughts on the Wild, but let's first begin with the Twins. They've been a little bumpy here. We're recording here on a Saturday. They just opened up a series against Texas. They won 15-6 yesterday. What are your thoughts here on the Twins so far? They've battled some injuries here. The pitching is starting to come down to earth. Are you worried a little that they're coming down to earth here, or what are your thoughts late here on the Twins?
Yeah, I would definitely be worried a little bit. I don't think that, I'd be so worried that I would, start to think about what if they don't make the playoffs or what happens with the Central Division, but worried in the sense that the team that looked like they could be playing in October a month ago has definitely faded. Obviously, their run differential is still very good, but as you mentioned, as of this Saturday, 5-5 in their last 10. Some struggles. The bullpen, has its well-documented issues. The starting pitching is fine. I wouldn't call it, great for a team that expects to be winning in the playoffs. So I definitely think that they're a few pieces away, especially when you look around the American League. The Yankees just look near unstoppable. They're incredible. Houston obviously is still doing their thing, and I would be weary to rule out the Red Sox or even Tampa Bay at this point. But to me, it seems like the Twins are definitely a step behind the Yankees. Now, of course, things can change between now and October, especially with the trade deadline looming. But for the Twins to really have a shot at this thing, I do think that they need to go make a splash before that trade deadline at the end of the month.
100%, and I think you hit it on the head. There's almost a significant drop-off from the Dodgers, the Astros, and the Yankees, and then it's pretty much everyone else. I think early on you believed, okay,